That's the Stream Deck.
Quit playing.
And I'm vlogging it too. Gas showed up. What's happening?
Yeah.
Someone doesn't sound too
Yeah.
sure about that.
He's so mad.
He's about to drive a Ferrari F430.
It is.
What it do? What it do? What it do?
It is. Oh, that's how you feel? Just raw. That's it. That's all you're giving us. It's Any and Everything podcast where we know everything about absolutely nothing. We are your hosts, Mon, Ralph, Mark, Zoe. Fellas, what's good?
What's going on?
I see Ralph with the outside scenery we got going on over here. What's up, dog?
Yeah, your boy's got to be mobile today, man. My daughter's having a bridging ceremony for her Girl Scout troop, so going to celebrate her moving up to her next step, next level. So unfortunately, I don't get to do it at the crib, but I get to celebrate something amazing with the kid. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right, well, cool. All right, well, if you guys want to get straight to it. All right, what we do this week, fellas? Who want to go for it?
I guess I'm gonna start just in case, I get some mic static once we get to moving. I prepared a lot last week for this
LV,
week.
what's happening? Ashley, what's happening?
With that being said, Dwight's going out of town on Tuesday. We're going for the whole week, so a lot of preparation as far as getting things together. Make sure I got a smooth transition while she isn't here. We try to move as a unit. So half the unit's gonna be gone. It'll be Team Daddy. You know what I'm saying? So prepare for that. Plus, prepared to finally get that damn thing fixed because the grill's gone. It'll be here tomorrow. So a lot of things in the work being prepared for the week to come. And of course, work.
I like to get some things straight. I like how you just walk around and then you stun on us real quick because you got a Mustang, right? And then you're going to keep walking and finish your sentence. It's all right. Everybody ain't got it like you, bro. It's cool. I get it.
Hey, whatever, man. Act like y'all ain't doing big things out here, man.
Hey, Ashley said you giving me fly eyes with those shades, dog.
Hey, well, I try to do what I can when I can, how I can. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Who else want to go?
I'll shoot.
All right.
Man, straight work, man. That's all. It wasn't nothing too interesting. Modern Warfare 2 campaign came out this week, and I was
already
on that
beat
bitch
it
completely. I beat it as well.
Yes, sir.
It's a great story, man. It's a great story. Other than that, man, work and excited for next week now because multiplayer will be out next week. So that's all I got.
Sir.
So, but the game comes out fully next week, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Mark, what you got?
It was smooth. It was pretty laid back, other than the fact that Friday was pretty tough. Had to put put my dog down Friday, so that was pretty tough. But on a better note, she lived a good life. She did a good life.
How old is it?
Yeah.
Hey, boo.
Other than that, everything is straight though, man. Just trying to figure out what's the next moves to make. Everything is finances. You know what I mean? Gotta get to the coin. So I'm good though.
All right. And I guess it's me. So I start a new gig tomorrow, so I'm happy about that. I'm like happy and nervous at the same time. So but all this week I kind of just been on vacation. For my last week, I took Lauren. For my last week, I took the week off. I used my vacation, what I had left, and just enjoyed just being off and being with the family. And then today, like I'm kind of feeling a little bit under the weather, but I'll get over it. Nothing that Tylenol wouldn't fix at this moment. So y'all dumb, man. What's up, man? I know why you dumb, Mark. You know, with the dog. Leisha, what's happening?
I mean, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it going. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of a, you know, man, everybody done had their week. You know what I'm saying? We're tired. Goddamn.
Alex.
But wake up, y'all. Yeah, I get you.
Alex,
Yeah, wake
you
up.
are stupid.
All right.
Dang.
All right. Topic at hand. How important are first impressions?
Oh,
I'm
man.
pretty sure we can
Ooh-wee.
all relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
All of us can relate to that.
Definitely.
You know what, Mark? You haven't kicked off one in a while. We're gonna let you take this one firsthand, big dog.
I gotta take the first one.
Yeah.
Take the first shot, dog. Take the first shot.
I don't know, man. First impressions, man. Like that shit. It can make and break a motherfucker, man. I ain't gonna lie. I hate to say this, but I've missed out on a lot of potential relationships because of first impressions. And when I say relationship, please God, don't think I'm talking about like boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm talking about relationships as far as like friends, the whole nine. That shit will make and break. Whether I want to hang with you, fuck with you for the long run, whatever. I predetermine what I'm gonna get out you with that first impression. It's a bad thing and it's a good thing at the same time. But that first impression is a make and break for a long time, anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it's very important on how you present yourself, no matter what the occasion may be, whether what you wear, what you do with what you wearing, how you drive, what you're driving. Even certain things you say can put an impact on somebody in a way where they might take it the wrong way, or they might take it a way where you didn't perceive it. So first impression to me is like, shit, that's a killer to me, man. You gotta have it. I don't know. That shit broke a lot of relationships for me, though. I ain't gonna doubt. For me personally, a lot of relationships was like kind of like doomed from the beginning. I mean, shit.
You know-
She open her mouth. You smoke? Damn.
Yeah.
And you know, but that's how it happens, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my input on that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, yeah, that shit's a killer.
Well, I've had that both ways, man. I've had it where the first impression was taken wrong. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't know me. Y'all know how I drive, man. It's been a couple times where I went to go pick up somebody or come down the street hot, and they're like, nah, this dude ain't got no damn sense. He a hooligan, me, nobody even be hanging out with. And like, well, all I did was spin the block real hard because that's just me. That's how I drive. That's how I like to drive. So, you know, it can hurt you depending on how you step into a scene. You know what I mean? So first impressions is major, especially for a lot of important things in life. You know, the biggest thing is when we're out here trying to get careers and have jobs, our first impression that we make during that interview sometimes sets us exactly where we're going to end up in that field. You know, I have not hired a couple of people of the strength of how they come into an interview. You know, my thing is, if you come in for an interview, I was always taught you come dressed to impress, act like you really want the job. If you come in with a t-shirt, some gym shoes on, you know, and that's not the vibe of what, you know, of what that job entails, then, bro, why do I need you? I need somebody who's going to show up and make people feel comfortable. And you can't come in like that. I don't know. The new generation is a little different. They show up in whatever the heck they want to wear. But I was always told, you know, you dress to impress on your first job.
Mm-hmm.
Keyword there, dress to impress for your first impression of, you know, do I really want to hire this person? So as far as it causing relationship issues via friends and things like that, I've had that happen to me as well. I've hung out with a group of people that I probably shouldn't have been hanging out with, and people got that impression of me when that really wasn't me. It was me trying to be something I wasn't. So, like I said, like Mark said, you know, it can affect you all the way around. You just need to know your situation and your surroundings, so you know how to step into the scene. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for the weird camera angle. This is the only way I can get my phone to stay in the air because it's weird.
You wanted the top angle because you want everybody to see them boogers you got. so you wanted to shoot down from
We
the
ain't
top.
never lied, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Ain't been able to hit my nose with the Weed Whacker
Live
3000 from Landscape. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
You know something? You know something? I want to shimmy in on what something Ralph did say though. I've had a boss tell me, and this is true. I had a boss tell me, man, look at your shoes. You don't need no job. And it blew my mind because I was like, what does my shoes have to do with anything? Like I didn't get the notion of it. But he looked at my shoes and immediately determined I did not need a job because of how they were presented to him. I didn't. That shit blew
It's
my mind. It was weird.
that is a weird situation, right? We've always been told not to read a book by its cover,
Yeah.
but at the same time, when you go for a job, we've always been told to make sure the cover of your book looks nice. You know what I mean? I could be struggling as much as Joe Small in the corner, but I've been taught to always try to come in looking clean and fresh. You know what I'm saying? So if I come in looking clean and fresh, I'm like, you know what? He's not hurting that bad. Like, no, I spent my last little bit of dollars buying this fit to make sure you know I look good so I can get the job. So yeah, that kind of sucks too, because you know we've been kind of raised to do it both ways. But I don't know where the happy medium starts. Maybe it's right after you get the job and it's like, all right, let me show you what I do.
I'm sorry, Alex. I had on some Prada.
Jordans.
I don't know how
yeah,
some
right.
Prada.
Okay. Well,
You wearing them to work?
right.
I
Maybe he was
want
maybe he's a little
that.
intimidated by you.
Y'all know, come on, man. Come on, we Detroit. Don't play. I had on some Pradas. You know what
Well,
it
you
is.
can't take
A
Detroit
lot of
in a
people-
work interview
I
though.
mean, look at the time. You just at the time. Why not? Like,
And then it's embarrassing if that shit was like a McDonald's job. How you get turned away from that?
no, it was actually a warehouse job. Like it was like he looked at me and immediately was like, "You don't need a job. You're okay." And I said, "How the fuck can you determine that?" But
Yeah.
that was back in the day, so I don't know. I ain't get it though.
Well, the chip on what you guys are saying, things have changed since, especially in the job market.
Mhm.
Because when my last
What's
job
going
that I
on, man?
had, when I went to interview, I was dressed with the tie on and the suit jacket and all that, and the managers came in with Hawaiian shirts, some shorts, and some gym shoes, and I felt like I was out of place. But they were representing what their company was if I was to work for them. You know, but the whole conversation we had there was, yeah, you look you know, I think I'm a little overdressed. But it's a joke that they put on people, especially when they knew they already want to hire you. The most recent interview I had, the guy really didn't even hire me for my qualities. He wanted to see if I had a personality, you know, and that's the first impression he was looking for. You know, and I'm sitting here like, and he told me straight up. Well, he didn't tell me straight up, but the company that was, you know, with the what do you call them, the recruiter company with the management, that was his message he passed back. It had nothing to do with my experience. He knows that I've been in, you know, my field for so many years. He just wanted to see how I talk, and I mean, it worked. Then you got, you know, the first impressions from the job site is different from the first impressions when you meet people, right? Chipping off what Mark was talking about, you know, he don't like it when you smoke, if that's gonna be the first thing you do. But sometimes, man, like a lot of people always tell me that you try not to turn a lot of people around, because sometimes you get blessed by the worst of people, right? Some of the folks that completely ain't nothing are the ones that actually help you get ahead in life. Now, I'm not saying accept every friend request. I'm not saying that. You know, but that person that was probably smoking, Mark, probably was genuine at heart. That was just his one flaw. You get what I'm saying? So now you need to give that person the opportunity to even give you but first impressions will send you back. When I'm the same way. I am the first person that will easily not mess with somebody. I don't care how long of a thing we are. If you get to the point where I feel like you just shady, I'm not gonna mess with you. That's the spirit.
That's why I was leading in with it. I know it dampened a lot of relationships because I use that. I know that shit.
I mean, you know, I'm gonna tell you about the first impressions. I am very aware of how serious it can be. You know, for the majority of my life, I had a serious disposition. So basically, I always look serious. No, so people have no idea how to approach me. So a lot of people's first impressions have always been, this guy's gonna whip my ass. This guy is mean. This guy is an asshole off rip, or he thinks highly of himself, whatever the case may be. The majority of my life, it has affected playing time when I played football, jobs, relationships. People that I worked with every day, would look at me some type of way until they actually opened up their mouth and actually had a conversation with me. And I try my best personally to not let first impressions turn me off of a person. I like to have a first conversation or two with them, because sometimes people come in nervous. Some people come in to the position in which they don't know how to act. So you kind of got to let somebody relax and get to know them for who they really are first. And that's what I use as their first impression, because somebody can come in there nervous, or they feel some type of way, serious or something. They got something going on, and you will take that first impression and literally judge them off that. And that will hold any type of relationship you might have with the person, or if you want to hire the person, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that I've experienced a lot in life. And me personally, I try not to do it because I've been the victim of it for years. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Ralph, what was the first impression of me when you first met me?
There was something wrong with you.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
when I first met Zoe, well, that's the thing. When I first met Zoe, I mean, because he was so quiet, he didn't talk, and he walked around with a face like he was ready to fight. It stopped a lot of people from talking to him. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people was like, don't mess with him, man. Like, wow, what's wrong with him? I don't know. He don't say nothing to nobody. How you feeling something wrong with him? He don't say nothing to nobody, so there must be something wrong with him. And I mean, and people that know me, I don't care. Yep. So I'm gonna talk to you.
This dude came and talked to me out of nowhere. We didn't have no reason to nothing. He was like, "What up, though?" Wow. I was like,
"I'm gonna find out."
What up, dog?
And I don't have a problem with pulling on somebody's shoulder like, "Hey, what's good? You all right?"
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't know me, you all right? Because, like I said, it could have been something wrong with him. He could have had something on his mind, or he could have been Zoe. He could have just been a quiet person by nature, didn't really like to talk at first. It all depends, man. It's like I said, it's kind of hard because I was taught not to always read a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
But I was always taught that I need to present myself a certain way. And a lot of times when I'm getting into my field or, looking to get into a job, I can honestly say I don't present myself as who I really am from the beginning. Because y'all know I'm silly, man. I'm goofy. But, jobs ain't looking for somebody to come in there and crack a joke.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for somebody to come in there and get work done. So I go in there with the thought, and the mindset of I'm here to work. And as I get into the job, just like with Zoe, I get to learn people like, oh, this person's cool. They don't mind having a little bit of fun, but they still know how to get their work done. Some of them, you're like, yo, I just won't ever have to talk to them. And I leave it at that. I've hired some people that most people probably would have never gave a chance either. Of course, I'm not going to use names, but at my old job, there was a kid that couldn't find a job because he had just got out of jail. And I'm big on giving people second chances because everybody needs a second chance. Not everybody has, help. And this kid went to jail for armed robbery and attempted murder. Right? I asked the questions. He went to jail for attempted murder because he blew up a mailbox. So I'm like, okay, well, I mean, did you put like C4 in there? Or he's like, no, me and my friends was playing a joke.
If somebody have access to that, it's a problem.
But listen, here's the thing. That's why I had to ask the question. But he was just turned 18. Him and his friend thought it'd be funny to blow up a mailbox with those firecrackers. It's like almost like it might as well be C4. It's like a quarter stick of dynamite, but
right, and like M80s and shit.
They lit it. The person came outside, and even though they weren't close to the mailbox, it went off. Mailbox exploded. Bills and things went all over the place. The lady said that he tried to kill him.
Yeah.
Dude was locked up for 5 years
Over a prank.
because of a firecracker, over a dumb decision. He realized it was dumb. He realized he lost 5 years of his life over a stupid joke. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna give you an opportunity, man.
That's crazy.
Me and my friends did dumb shit. We never did it on that level. Let me give you an opportunity. Man, one of the best technicians I had ever hired. Smart kid, real smart kid. You know, so like Moan said, you know, that person could be, you know, a blessing in disguise. It'd be the person you least expected. You know, and mind you, this kid came in sharp as hell, right? He came in fly, he fit the bill, but naturally, you know, you have to give that information when it's time for you to get hired, because I need to know if I can insure you, you know, and if you have a felony, depending on what it is, you know, if it's Grand Theft Auto, I can't put you behind a car. I mean, I can't put you behind a wheel,
Right.
but it wasn't. But then I can't just brush off when it says attempted murder. You know what I'm saying? So you ask the questions, I got the answers. I'm like, this is nothing I have to worry about. And I told him, this is the jokester in me. I said, listen, I'm willing to give you a chance as long as you don't blow up any of these cars. You know, and he was like, no, man, I'll never do anything like that. He was like, it was the hardest lesson of my life. I said, well, then let's go ahead. Let's get you in here. Let's get you trained. Let's make some money. And he was like, man, I really appreciate it. Nobody else will give me a chance. You know, they saw my resume. They saw what I went in there for, because I have to disclose that information. And I would like to be upfront, because if you find out later, you're going to fire me. And I'm like, and I appreciate that honesty. And I'm sorry you're going through that. But, you know, you made a mistake. You're clearly still learning from it. Let's change your life. And sure enough, he did. He's still a technician. He's still at my old dealership, but still a technician, still learning, still being great. But he'd have never been there had he not run into somebody like me. Because the boss before me was like, nah, any felonies, you're done deal. You know, you got to ask the question. You can't always read that book by its cover, because had he not said anything, we'd have hired him and we sent him for a background check, and it came back as attempted murder. Nobody would have given him the opportunity to explain himself. You know what I'm saying? It'd have been an immediate, nah, you're good. You out here killing people.
Yes, Doc. So, as you say, back to the topic. First impressions decide if we would continue to talk to you or the end of our interaction, right? So, with that being said, you know me, always have the definition. So, what is the first impression? In psychology, a first impression is the event when one person first encounters another person and forms a mental image of that person. Impression accuracy varies depending on the observer and the target being observed. What you guys think about that?
I mean, it's pretty accurate. I mean, I hate to say it, because I've been on that block before where I was like, fuck, I didn't even do any. Matter of fact, I had a girl tell me one time she didn't approach me because she felt that I was either very arrogant. Take in mind, we never had an interaction. I just was sitting chilling. And like I said, I used to model. She said she felt that I was either A, arrogant, B, conceited. I think those are the same things, but this is her order. A, arrogant, B, conceited, or C, gay. And I was like, how? I was like, how? How did you get that from me sitting here, like drinking by myself? How did you get that? And I've had other girls actually tell me that they didn't want.
He missed right past that.
You have to. So then you have other situations where some people didn't want to put up with having someone that carried themselves like me, because they felt they would have to, I guess, be dress worthy as I am. And I'm like, it's nothing like that. Like, just because I don't understand. That's always happened to me. I've had people actually fall back because they felt that I wore myself different. It was weird as fuck, man.
Okay.
I mean, but look at the situation. I've never been one to just run up on somebody at the bar, like, hey, what's good with you? You know, you look at them from afar, and some chicks, you know, same thing. You look at them like, man, they carry themselves like they kind of stepped up, you know, or they uppity. You know what I'm saying? But then you find out they at the bar because won't nobody talk to them because they all think the same thing.
Look who
And they're the
came
opposite
to
of the
What up,
crash
other.
LV?
the party.
I mean,
Look
since you
who
was
came
here.
to crash the party.
Hey, let me ask y'all a personal question though. Like, out of your spouses, what
Oh,
was your
okay.
first impression of your spouses? Like, that's just something, you know.
She fine, and I
What-
wanted to beat.
Heard that, Alex?
No,
Well,
when what's
the
crazy
first
is
is
with my wife. Oh, go ahead, big dog.
no. Go ahead.
Go ahead, you.
Oh, what's crazy is with my wife. I was introduced by one of my other friends. One of my
Mhm.
other homeboys was talking to my wife before I got with her, and he talked her up a lot. Told her she was this, told her she was that. I'm like, oh wow, this is this wonderful person. And she kept saying how pretty she was. So then when I finally met her, I was like, oh, he right or whatever.
Mhm. Mhm.
And she was when we met, she was very professional. I mean, that was kind of like a turn on, right? Like, man, I gotta talk to her. She got something going on. And when I finally get to know her, I was able to see the type of the life she had, compared to me staying in the D.
Mhm.
So and I was like, okay, well, she has sense. She got some a lot of potential with how sweet she is, and then I just fell in love with her. And I actually went to talk to my homeboy. They were broken up, and I just wanted to be, just to be fair. And he was like, I don't care, go ahead and talk to her. And it went on since then. But that
So,
was
did your first impressions actually match what she ended up being in your eyes?
I mean, they
yes.
got a few kids together, so I imagine it's.
Well, not only
Well, I
that,
mean,
though, but I see where Zoe is heading at, right?
Yeah,
Because
that
pull out game week. Anyway, the kids, the thing about it is, though, you can get all these first impressions until you actually live with somebody. Then then it's like a second version of a first impression once you start living with that person. And luckily enough, it matched between me and her when we got together. You would never match perfectly with anybody.
right.
There's
Right.
going to be some flaws, but will you guys work through it? Is the question.
Mhm.
So that was my first impression. And I still want to beat though.
I mean,
This is slide in real quick with yours, man.
Oh,
Since you in.
Oh, he slid in all right. He probably
Yeah,
just got done right before the podcast.
Oh, you're right.
motherfucker LB said, I saw
Like
single
7 days
dead.
a week.
I saw work at home dead. That was my first.
no, I'm saying with Ramon. My first impression was just it was the same. I saw somebody I liked at the time. She was with somebody, and I wasn't. Then I was with somebody, and she wasn't. So it took a couple of years for it to actually happen. But yeah, 13 years, 14 years later, pretty happy.
Waiting for that call.
Hey,
Always.
one
He
call
always
away. One call away.
Yeah.
She
See,
just need to get that $1 amount extra. He's so ready.
yeah,
One cent.
Yeah. Can't
All
wait.
right. Who else going?
mine was not that way, man. Mine was not that way. First impressions of our spouse. Boy, let me tell you. Okay. I got hooked up with Robin from a mutual friend of ours. And Robin found me on Facebook, right? Through my friend's picture. And, she flirted with me first. And I was talking to somebody at the time, and I'm like, I was also fresh off a breakup from my baby mama. So I wasn't really thinking anything serious. I'm like, okay, well, she flirted with me. It's not going to last. It's a rare moment, but it's not going to last. Finally met her in person. Everything I thought in my head when I did, receive her flirting with me was exactly how she was. She was fun. She was beautiful. She was cool to hang out with. And the biggest thing that got me is that she wanted me for me because I didn't have anything.
And the black stick. She wanted the black stick.
Don't get me wrong. And she received the dark side. Don't get me wrong. But my impressions, because it was so fresh, it was somebody I'd never dealt with before. Someone didn't know me from Adam. I'm like, if this does work out, this is going to be awesome because I can grow with this person. She can help me become the person I think I want to be. And I'd be damned if she wasn't all that in a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? She was all that and above. You know, she helped me progress forward in my life. You know, she was there for me when I needed her the most. And
thank you, Ashley.
everything that I hoped and wished that she was, from what I saw, is exactly what she turned out to be. So,
Jesus Christ. Okay, wait a second. Wait, I got to get in these comments, man.
whoa.
Okay, look, like right here.
Why is she going so hard on y'all? Oh, God damn.
Like, what did I do? Damn, she
It's
called
like,
off lane.
You're a bitch. That's what you did.
Okay, so wait. First off, let me go back up. Alex
First
said
off,
that-
apparently you lame. That's first off.
No, I'm the lame one.
No,
Oh,
that's-
wait, oh, no,
Yeah,
you the
read
lame
it,
one.
read
That was
it.
the lame one.
Brother. Okay, go on real quick. So what? Well, okay. So wait, how do you feel like? No, up a little bit more. Up a little bit more. I see you, Chris. I see you, my brother, Chris. Okay, look. How did you get conceited? I didn't do anything. And then she said, "Pretty boys are mostly conceited." And then, like, God damn. And how am I bored? How come I'm boring if I'm quiet?
That's crazy.
It's no
Quiet
Hey,
is
look,
boring.
That's comment.
I'm trying to figure out how did I become lame though? What I do to become lame?
But you funny and lame though.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't really. I don't understand how
that's
that.
a contradicting, situation.
How does it work? How does it work?
I gotta find out. Is it something I wore? How did you get boring?
Find out next time on
I don't
the
know.
episode
You must
of
have
Dragon
had a
Ball.
bra on or something, Doug. I don't know.
And how do you get lame from Ralph? I don't know. That's weird. I need to know your observations. I need to see what you
Me
saw
too.
that made you come up with these things. Like I have to know.
I need to know your observations, and I need to look at your friends list too, because I mean, if I consider lame, I'm pretty sure someone on your friends list that I smashed. So I'm just saying, I may have been lame to you, but somebody in your friends list got this lame me. I'm just saying.
I mean, I know you got me from. I know you remember some of it from, but boring, quiet, and boring.
Oh wow! From high school.
Wow.
From high school. Okay.
I ain't gonna hold you up, dog. Ralph did not wear no gear in high school, dog.
I didn't. Listen, I was Captain Knight, and I'll give 2 squirts of my latest piss. I promise you, I didn't care how nobody looked at me. I was there.
All y'all was weird to me. Mel,
Mel,
I just
Mel,
technically
you kiss my
just
ass.
met you recently.
I ain't
Shut up.
weird.
But you know what, though? I can see how
I mean, I
Mel
think
would
you-
say that because Mel didn't really talk to nobody like that in high school.
Who is Miss May?
Right? So everybody that actually spoke and talked to people was weird.
That's
So
Alex's best friend.
Who is Miss May? I have to find out who this is.
that's Ashley, man.
Don't agree with her.
Wait, who
happened to my phone? Why is it getting
did
dark?
say was weird? Is all of us weird? Or
She
just
said
a
it was
certain few?
weird.
You gotta-
She said it was weird.
It was just y'all because they just all met me, except for Alex.
Oh, so you just trying to be out of it. You part of this too. The weird
Yeah,
crew.
I mean, we did cover that. Him being quiet and shit. He was weird. We didn't know whether he's gonna shoot the school up and make friends.
Oh,
Hey,
said
hold
that.
on, wait, whoa, Mark. Do you not remember the fuck that you was weird as fuck too when I first met you, bro? Yeah, let's get this straight, dog. Miss Black Class, dog. Yeah,
know
second
how.
grade. Yeah,
Wow.
nigga, you walked around with a fucking damn trench coat on. You and your brother.
Trench coat.
Oh, you was the school shooter, dog.
No, the motherfucker had on like what, a leather jacket. Was it leather? Was
Yeah.
it blue jean? I can't remember, but it was something, dog. You and your brother
Yeah,
both. dog.
I can only
Back in
imagine.
second,
Probably,
third
it was probably
grade, bro.
Fubu.
And
Hampton.
you remember second, third grade, my nigga?
Yeah,
probably
sure
Fubu.
do. Sure do. Taking it
I'm
back
back,
since you want to talk shit
Yeah.
about niggas being weird.
I didn't
I'm
want to
back.
shit for one. For one, second, third
That's
grade,
that's
bro.
before you thought you was a pretty nigga. That's back when you used to just draw all goddamn day.
You thought he
You
was
were just drawing all day and shit like
this
that,
what I'm
dog.
saying, bro. See, now this is the funny part because I
Mark
wasn't
had
trying to
that.
go
I
on.
hear voices
I wasn't
code
trying
on,
to go
dog.
on. I wasn't trying to go on, but Joe got something to say.
But I do
So this is what
know
I'm saying, right? You walk around like
Oh,
you had a
yeah,
Ninja
Zoe
turtleback, my
was-
nigga. You'd walk around
Zoe
like
was-
that every day, right? Bro, look, that's how Joe walk around every day.
Uh,
I'm looking like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, dog? So I mean, I don't know what
man.
you remember, but
I
we
mean,
never
I'm
Ralph. We
pretty
ain't
sure
never
that
having
was
another
the
coach.
case.
Okay,
That
all
was
right, let's settle. Hold on, let's settle this. Didn't you, Ralph, and Mark go to school together?
I got tears
Elementary
coming down.
Who?
Okay,
Who?
so
elementary school.
Ralph, Zoe
Yeah.
said Mark used to have I
I-
kill
I-
people coat on.
No,
Right?
that was
In
second grade. That was
Ralph,
second
the
grade.
trench
He wasn't
coat.
there in second grade.
He,
Oh,
like
Listen.
you know those people drink like 6 cups of coffee and then go shoot somebody.
Y'all tell that nigga the truth, bro.
The trench coat mafia.
Okay, listen.
When did you get to
listen.
Hampton? You got it there in 4th or 5th grade.
What are you talking
To
about?
me,
Yeah.
I got to Hampton in 6th grade.
Okay, there he goes. So he
Okay.
wasn't there yet.
So
Ralph,
I wasn't there
He
for
wasn't there.
Mark with the trench coat. I was there for Mark when he first started growing his hair out, and it actually got kind of long. And when I first saw Mark, I was confused because I'm like, well, what is he trying to do? Like, what? He's got hair like a girl. So
Mark,
I-
they unveiling you, Mark. They unveiling you.
I
That.
don't know about no coats and no shit like that, but at one point,
yeah, I wasn't there for coats.
No,
wasn't there
that
for
was second
coats.
grade. That was second grade.
Oh, it was
I
a
took it
cake.
back.
So you had on the Superman cake
No.
going to school.
He might have.
Not
That's
a
his
cake.
fascination with his action figures, dog.
Your people
That's what
thought
happened.
your people thought he could continue wearing his Halloween costume to school.
Motherfucker was walking around like that Superman
I'm
toy there.
sadly mistaken, goddamn. Especially Zoe. I don't know what the fuck he talking about.
Oh, I remember vividly, bro. We was cool back then, dog. You gotta remember that. We was real
Yeah,
cool.
don't look,
Listen,
I know.
Mel Mama thought you was weird.
From what you're saying.
Mel Mama thought you was weird, Mark.
I don't even remember Mel Mama. I don't remember nothing. Like I don't remember.
Zoe
none of
was
that shit.
weird.
Like if I'm not trying
How
to be
was I
funny,
weird?
I just
Tell me
don't.
that.
Like I kept to myself.
Mel.
I was on some quiet boy shit.
Because I don't ever talk.
that's the truth though. Mark was extra
Yeah,
quiet.
I stayed in my
But-
lane, bro. I was quiet as fuck. I don't know
But
about
I'ma
you
tell you,
motherfucking- you know,
Me and
what I mean?
Mark got cool because Mark was out here buying product from me because in elementary school, I was selling candy. Like
And I bought
legitimately,
all
I
that
stopped at the
shit.
candy store and I upcharge everybody when I got to school. And Mark was like, "Yo, this motherfucker got candy, bro. He keep candy. I'm gonna be cool with this dude right here." And
Hey,
I
Mama.
realized once he started talking, I'm like, "Oh, he's just as retarded as I am. That's perfect." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was quiet. I was a quiet boy. I
But
stayed
he
in my
was
goddamn
Mark
lane.
was quiet too, and so was Zoe.
And I hate to say
Oh,
it,
yeah,
I hate to
I
put
was
this
quiet
out
as
there, but to
Yeah, I
be
was
dead
quiet.
honest, I didn't feel like nobody gravitated to me until and like I said, this a vague memory was Jonathan Smith. At one point I would sit at the lunch table by my motherfucking self and eat
Joe
my
Nathan.
food, and then Jonathan Smith, he sat down next to me, and God rest his soul, Giovanni Johnson.
Oh
They both
boy.
came to me, and that's when shit hit the fan.
Mel said he saved her at Hampton.
That's when shit hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? But other than
Yeah.
that, everything I was on my, I was quiet as fuck. Yeah, I didn't know what to do. In school was some weird shit going on, man.
Once again, I talked to everybody. Yeah, I knew everybody, so I didn't care. I was like, I didn't care if you was quiet. I talked to the quiet, I talked to the loud, talked to the popular, and I talked to the not so popular. It didn't matter. Everybody knew me, and I knew everybody with my lame ass.
You sure did. You sure did.
I don't know where the lane came
The
from.
only
what was y'all
motherfucker.
first- What was your first impression of me when I got to Mumford?
I hated you.
Why?
You said that so bad.
That's how you really
Did
feel.
he ever?
The reason why Moan got there with his cousin Cornell, right? And when they first started Mumford, everybody gravitated towards both of them because they was both swole and they both had chests like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? So I'm like, okay, so these two massive dudes gonna come in here and try to take over Mumford. This is bull. I was like, my man's on I was on Belly. I was like, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all.
Yeah.
But then it all fixed itself. Moan liked to play loud music, talk loud, act a fool, and Cornell was Cornell. And I didn't really deal with Cornell like that. But me and Moan got cool quick because he pulled out of the parking lot one day before I did. I'm like, oh, this dude, he think he gonna lose me? And we was dipping in between traffic, like, you know, we was NASCAR. And I'm like, oh, this is my right hand man. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I didn't even know his last name
Steve.
at first, but I knew he was
Steve.
driving just like I did. And after that, I mean, we became cool. You know what I'm saying? We was interested in the same stuff. We knew a lot of the same people, and that's just how that whole thing kicked off. Once again, I didn't know a stranger, so
I don't know.
Cornell was definitely touched. Well, of course he was touched. He was weird.
I'm trying to figure out most of these comments. This shit.
I guess all of us is just weird then. Because when I met Zoe, I think we just talked about anime and it went off from there.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly what happened.
And then Divorce was my neighbor, so that was just a given.
I wasn't weird. Not that.
You was weird, Nut.
Now you listen. My first impression of Vizzle, I was like, he's weird as hell because one, I'm not tall. He tall. Anybody taller than me was weird, so everybody's weird. But Vizzle was swollen, and I swear I felt like he always had a football. Even if you didn't see him with the football originally, he would like do one of these and the football would be right here. And I'm like, where did the football come from?
Lavoris had the perfect tight end body, dog. It was the epitome of a tight end. No, when he was on the field or off the field, dog.
Like when he introduced me to Vizzle, I'm like, man, this dude's got to be going pro. Either he sleeps with this football or it's a part of him.
He was fat and fast at the same time. I didn't understand the physics.
Ralph put me on everybody. Like, I ain't gonna lie. If it wasn't for Ralph,
I ain't put you on me. I don't go that way. He ain't put you on me.
Okay.
You put yourself
on. Look, Ralph put me on MVPC to everybody. I was like I said, I stayed in my shit, but Ralph made sure. He said, "Look,
I'm all right with being weird. I don't want to be like, oh, you motherfuckers."
That's the thing, Mark. Like when I met Ralph, I didn't know how many people we knew the same. Like we knew all the same people. We didn't know each other.
Right.
All the same people.
Oh, there.
Right. I mean, I felt like I knew
Vizzle. We met on
everybody that lived in Detroit, bro.
We met at Hallie.
Happenstance, though, it was one of them situations. It was like, oh, okay, been cool ever since then, my dog.
So Ashley and Alex is right about us being weird because we all just admitted to that.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm cool with being weird. I don't ever want to be regular. Like being regular, who wants to be regular though? Like
I just want to figure out how they got there. That's my
biggest thing. I'm trying to figure out how I got to Lane.
I'm trying to figure out how they got there. Period.
That's tough.
No, them damn brown shoes used to wear. I hated them shoes.
Oh yeah, them brown shoes.
Oh yeah, the brown shoes. Listen, man, I went through a phase of my life. Okay,
look like you got them from a cartoon show. I hated them shoes.
I went through a phase of my life. Okay, but
yeah, Alex,
please, Ashley, please explain.
That was a long ass time ago.
Explain to me, Ashley. Please explain to me how it was lame. That's all I want to know. If you can give me that, I promise I won't ask you another question. But I want to know how you felt that I was lame.
Flat glass.
At what point?
That perm, Ralph.
So let me get this straight.
Perm?
You're lame.
You had a perm, dog.
Mark.
No, I didn't have a perm.
Oh, do you have a perm?
I had an S curl.
Wait, what?
I had an S curl. Oh yeah, I had an S curl. Yeah, I've been looking for pictures, and clearly I was the only one that liked it because ain't nobody getting no pictures.
I had my hair pressed. My mom used to press my hair.
He was the first Easy friend I had. He was fly.
No. Yeah, everybody loves my posts. That's never gonna happen. I got popular in high school because
look. Even Mel said you had a perm, right?
Mel was the one that brought it up. Okay, ain't nobody listening to her.
Okay. I am. What happened with this perm? Did you put the
I had an S curl, bro. Listen.
That's what happened.
Listen, I had
that kit. Everybody tried it. I tried it.
Everything though, the box.
Did I ever? Did I?
It didn't work.
I thought it was the move, bro. I thought it was the move. It was not the move.
It was take your hat off. Look at you now.
That's what the S girl did.
Nah.
She went to his roots and burned it all out.
I wish I could blame it on that. That means I can get it fixed. Actually, when you came to the old house. Okay.
Sound like I mean we all had braids though. Huh?
Yeah, we all did. You had braids too? Oh yeah, I had braids.
Oh, everybody on the screen had braids, bro. Yeah. The only person that can't ever get braids again is me.
Well, hold on.
Y'all see how far back this is? I can't get no braids.
You get braids.
You
had a half and
half. I would look like a half-made bowling ball if I got braids. Okay.
Let's do it, Doc. Let's do it.
Right now,
Come on,
It's
let's
like
do
you
it.
only
Doc.
live once.
I ain't
Dog.
cut my hair in a minute, bro. So let's go. I'm with you.
Don't YOLO me. See, and that's when I start
You
doing
only live
stupid
once,
shit.
dog. That's all I'm saying.
Real quick. Leisha said somebody had pressed hair. Who you had pressed hair, bro?
Mark had pressed hair.
I had
Oh
pressed
yeah,
hair.
I had my hair
too.
pressed. Oh yeah, I used to try to get my hair pressed because I try to get as much length out of it as possible before I got it braided.
Yeah.
Because when I first started growing my hair out, I didn't even have any hang time. It was nubs at the back. It was like
We all
my
had that.
braids. It ended at a BB. That's all it was. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, I got more hair than this. I didn't have more hair than that.
Yeah, there you go.
It stopped
She
there.
get it. Yeah, everybody was having their hair pressed. Snoop Dogg did it. All the motherfuckers walk around.
Now they doing the
Walking
beard
around
with
like
the
a Native
curls and
American
all that
forever.
with the press. I think it's stupid.
I ain't pressing my beard, Brody. Not gonna happen.
No.
Not gonna happen.
You don't want to put the Bretts at the end of it, dog?
Not for your boy, man. It's just not for your boy.
Hey Chris, you're not lying, dog. You're not lying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, look at my mama said that shit. That's funny.
Oh yeah. Mark was listen. Now the funny part is Mark had a lot of weird first impressions by a lot of random people, right? It was a point in time where we couldn't walk down the street and people wouldn't swing in their cars. Can I touch your hair? Can I touch you? He's so fine. I'm like, hey, I got braids.
Tell you what, my first impression of Mark, it was multiple times with Mark, right? Because Mama don't beat Mark. Well, we always used to skip Mumford and go to his house in the basement, play the video game.
Did we ever?
We all ganged up and went down there.
No, y'all ain't supposed to say that shit, man. My mama right there, man.
20 years later.
Yeah, we used to go downstairs, bro. They used to go downstairs.
Bruh, have tournaments.
Yeah,
Have tournaments while people is in fourth and fifth hour. We playing video games.
Yeah, down in the basement on Burwood, goddamn.
His house, listen, his house was the closest. It was right around the corner. We would stop at Coney Island. We'll stop at Coney Island, grab some food, and spend all day when we're supposed to be in school. Spend all day in his basement playing video games, bruh.
Especially when a new game came out, Mark was the first one to have it.
Mark had every game you thought you wanted.
Yeah, see, my laughing now. She laughed. She knew I was up to some bullshit, though. She knew I was up to some bullshit.
Mama, I'd be happy if you go down there and just beat him right on stream.
Man,
like,
come on, man.
On live.
Highlight it and put some music to it later on.
On live. We're going to clip it and share it.
Do it right after the Lauren and Mike podcast.
Oh, yeah,
Lauren and Mark fight.
Yeah, Lauren and Mark.
We all want to have his versus Mark
podcast ever.
Right. It is so anticipated, bro. Listen, I feel like I just want to be a ref there. I just want to throw a word out and watch y'all argue over it.
That's what we gonna be. We gonna be here to say it like here. We gonna throw topics out there. Let them go.
What y'all talking
about? You and
we're talking about you and Lauren.
That ain't gonna happen, dog. That ain't gonna happen, man.
Yes, it will.
I just learned this shit, man. Let me tell y'all, man.
So I got a question. What was your first impression about the ladies? Well, Mark already know his sister, but what's first impression about Lauren?
Yeah. What was your first impression about Amber?
I can't comment on that because I've been knowing Amber since she was little. You know what I'm saying? So when I first saw Amber, I was like, oh, another little sister. That was it.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a great answer.
I just met her.
A great answer. Shut up, fool.
Well, my first impression,
Amber was like
thugging because she had Crip in the background. I was like, I'm
Crip.
Oh yeah,
Crip. Crip.
see, and she's so sweet, but that was my first impression. It was the thugs. I said, yeah, I'm straight. I'm not coming over your house.
There's a lot of
see, that's funny because that was the opposite of mine. I'm like, Amber with a thug? Nah, ain't no way. I can't see it, bro. Because once again, I knew Amber when she was little, 6 or 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? So she's literally like a little sister to me. So just hearing that she was even with somebody felt weird to hear.
She never would have thought, Mark. Oh my goodness, Mark, you ain't shit.
Oh, you were surprised at Mark?
That's all I could do. That's all I could do is just lean back like.
I'm not gonna put Mark out there like that, Mom. But it was a lot more than that. But we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it there.
Wow.
I'm gonna leave it there.
This nigga died.
Wow.
Look at him. Look at him.
That's your boy, Doc.
That nigga
That's
said,
your boy.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but he did steal
Wait,
the bag.
I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
I ain't gonna tell nobody else, but he did.
See, Ralph is the one that gave me the first impression about Lauren. He goes, "She just like us." I said, "Oh, well, that's it." Ralph told. That's what he told me when I first met Lauren.
Me, listen. When I first met Lauren, right? Her daughter and my daughter went to school together, and some little boy was acting a little crazy, and she snapped on one of the teachers, and pretty much told them like, "You better act like you got Malia or Sasha Obama in here, because that's exactly what she is to me." And she was like, "Don't make me nobody up in here." I'm like, "Oh, she real." And her husband, it's weird because he's the same way, but he's quiet with it. You know, dudes that used to get in fights at school, they wouldn't say much. They'd walk up to you real slow, take their glasses off, not say anything, and then just swing on you. Yeah. That was him. So I'm like, damn, they just like my people from Detroit. You know, I can mess with that. But that's what I got from Lauren and Stevie when I first met them.
Yeah, man, what's happening?
But you're here though, so
yeah,
we appreciate it.
All right, well, who else do we have on? Have we had on here? What did y'all think of Ashley when she was on?
Man, she crazy as hell. She weird.
I can't. I'm trying to put my finger on it. I can't put my finger on her face.
Yeah, I don't think
was you on the first lady show y'all had.
Ashley and Lauren was on the first one. Okay, so what about Mel? With y'all? Well, I've known her since high school.
I mean, when I first met Mel, I was like, you know, I was like, what word I'm looking for? I was like, don't fuck with her. I mean, but the only reason it was like that was because she came off almost like this Queen Latifah,
hey, Amber,
like presence, like it was almost like I'm a woman, and that's what it is. And I was like, oh, Mel is it was intimidating as fuck, but I respect her for that shit though. That's what I did, and I think it still stands to this day. She can hold her own. Just saying. It's funny she just mentioned something. I completely forgot. Yeah, we had a moment in school. I did have to vouch and get her out that shit. That's real. Okay.
I met her back on cruise, and she's just super quiet for the most part. Like she always had like a scowl on her face, like don't mess with me. I'm like, all right, well, I'm not gonna talk to you because I'm like it's that.
Yeah, so, that's 12. Nigga. Yeah. You walked like you had the straightest back in school. It wasn't because of that book bag. I wasn't gonna fuck with you.
Ashley and Alex is having a close friend moment right now.
Oh, look at them. Love.
I'm still lost on this weird thing.
No, everybody said it was weird. We even said we're all weird. So it's just a given. It
is what it is.
Weird. Right on.
I'm not weird. I'm not weird. I ain't gonna take that with me.
LB said, I'm not weird. I just don't know how I was quiet as shit. That's all I know.
Only I could post a pic for something. Picture of what?
Hey, Vizzle, how can you say you're not weird when you always had a football?
I just like sports. I guess that's not weird, is it?
I feel like you should have had like a face drawn on it, and that was your real best friend. Like you took it everywhere.
I don't even put the football everywhere.
Everywhere. Every time I saw you, for like the first 10 times I saw you, it was just, who's he gonna throw the ball to now? Like I'm confused. Like, is he handing it off? Is he gonna
his family was deeply rooted in the sports. He didn't have a choice really, but inherited.
But clearly, it was like he inherited a baby that was named football.
That shit crazy.
Mr. Spittle was the name of the football, dog. It's okay. It's okay.
I need to figure some shit out, though. I learned a lot, and I learned a lot in the comment section. I learned
No,
a whole
Mark.
fucking lot in the comment section. Goddamn.
Mark, what was the worst thing you heard about you? Was it the conceited part? Was it the?
I think the worst thing
I
that
think
happened
that
was
touched it.
No. You want to know what the worst thing that happened was? This nigga
He
trying
trying to get
to
started.
come after me for no reason.
He trying to
I
get
ain't
started.
tried.
He trying to come at me for no reason. I'm like, yeah, I know so like,
Mr. Instigator.
jacket on you.
I was like, God damn, what?
Hey, he did say you had a trench coat the second
Yeah, he
grade.
tried to come at me like, God damn, I was just talking about my memory of this nigga. Like,
They
he came at me.
They caught Mark looking at tanks and shit when he was in school.
Nigga said, Mark, you remember you had that tank top with the nipples cut out? I'm looking like, I don't even nothing.
Mark, if
Why
you
did you go there? Like, out of all the places to go.
Because he had it.
I don't know what happened. And then
Hey,
I
Mark
got
used to wear those
conceited.
those Rambo beaters, Doug, where it meets in the middle and the titties are out on the side, and it go all the way down.
That nigga Ramon just described every tank top he put on.
Well,
I mean,
it was good to hear. It was good to hear the impressions of everybody.
I do
all
want to say
different
this.
angles.
From the first impression to now, I do want to debunk the first impression thing because, like I said, even when I didn't know Zoe, even when I didn't know Ramon, even when I didn't know LV, even when I didn't know Ralph, even though I stayed in my own lane because I didn't trust a lot of people, Ralph came to me. He confronted me on some, do you want some candy? And I'm like, yeah, whoa, you got candy in your book bag?
Did he have a white van with him?
Even though I didn't have the money, Ralph would be like, here go a sugar stick. And I'd be looking like that was the on the playground. I'm not gonna lie.
So what you saying is he had the van with the white shirt and the black bow tie and asked you, did you want some candy?
Oh, you talking about your childhood? Yes. Oh, you talking about your childhood, Ralph?
What the hell, bro?
Damn, Ralph, damn. So Ramon, you talking about your childhood, Ralph? Man, dog. And then Ramon would come to me and be like, Ramon would come to me and be like,
got the sugar stick.
That nigga Ramon come to me like, I don't know why, but my ass always hurt when I leave that white truck. And I'd be like, what you talking about, bro? What you talking about?
Mel, I met you the first time so long ago. And I don't remember what I thought about you the first time. But us reconnected, I think you're pretty dope, dog. You cool.
He's sucking up because he wanted to come back to training.
I'm not hurting from no
Mel's those trainings at 8 a.m. on Monday through Friday. I get it, though.
And I'm not trying to, like I said, just to get back on topic, to kind of debunk the first impressions of the killer. I've learned a lot from people I would have never thought I'd be in the same room with. You know what I'm saying? And that was, and I give praise. I get the roses while they out. I like to give that to Ralph because he put a lot of people in rooms that you would never see in rooms. And then we have to intertwine and learn each other and be like, oh, that nigga actually pretty cool. And I've learned that a lot. You know what I mean? Just because that's what he had set up. He had it set up where if you went somewhere to an event wherever Ralph was at, you had all of these multi-different people. You had people that did smoke, people that did drink, people that was quiet. You had all these motherfuckers crammed in this one area where they had no choice but to learn each other. And I do give them a lot of respect for that because, like I said, a lot of people I know today I stayed away from because I'm like, oh yeah, that nigga do what I don't do. Ralph kind of knocked that down. I do appreciate that. I did want to cover that though.
Ralph, credit. Yeah,
that's because he gave him a sugar stick.
Right.
All full of sugar, dog.
And that nigga still coming after me. What's wrong with you, dog? Oh, the fuck, man. Like he cannot wait for something about me. Damn.
All right. Hit it with this, dog. Hit it with this.
Ever.
Yes, sir. Hey, this is actually perfect timing because we just pulled up the Alana's event.
For a grip.
Yeah, that's exactly why I had to do the podcast from the car because I knew it was going to take us this long to get here. But we just got here, man. It was a good show. I do got to run. I appreciate all of y'all, even though all of y'all weird. But y'all still my peoples, you know what I'm saying? Always and forever, you know what I'm saying?
Shut your lame ass up.
Hey, look. Just means that y'all lame with me. That's all that means. Y'all all lame
Hey, you
with
know
me.
we gonna be.
Hey,
Hey, dog,
like and
listen, you missed some
subscribe to
dubs
all this
last night,
lameness.
Ralph. You missed some dubs last night.
Well, I got dubbed last night.
Oh,
Couple
you
of them.
got dub. Oh, you got. Whoa.
Got a couple of them. Matter of fact, probably would have been the first time I'd have been able to float in water. I was so empty. Anyway, I gotta go.
I did.
All right, holla at
I
your boy.
gotta
Bye,
go.
dog. Peace, man.
Like and subscribe. We still haven't said it. Like and subscribe to the page.
Oh yeah, usually I'm up on that, dog, but I've been having a good time.
But other than that, man, we gotta do this. Hold on. So how I'm gonna present this? Here we go. Bam. Our website. And I'm gonna go straight to it. Said podcast. This Wednesday. I keep thinking it's Thursdays, but it's Wednesdays now.
Well, actually, this week we're gonna be on Friday because we can't do Wednesday, so we're gonna be on Friday evening instead for this week only.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I gotta update your previous episode because you're not even in the teens anymore. So, but yeah, check them out. So this Friday, same time.
Yep, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, all right, cool. And then, of course, if you guys go to our webpage, everything's here. I haven't updated TikTok in a minute. I'm still working on the restrictions because we say a lot of crazy stuff on here, and they always mutant the our volume so you don't hear it. So when I figure out something, I will continue the TikToks. A lot of people told me to just do reels. I heard reels is just as good, and it's a little bit more freedom on the reels. But I really wanted the TikTok, man, because you get a lot of views, man, just up front in general.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's trial and error. You know what I'm saying? Because I think TikTok will be where you can get a nice amount of people coming and follow. So we'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We can go through the guidelines and see what it is. Because I see people do some crazy shit on there. So I think we'll figure it out.
All right. Well, Motor has something to say about the squad. Appreciate it. Just finishing up these comments.
Yeah, man.
Definitely could teach networking 101, reels and stories. So we do utilize stories, just not as much because I got this baby now. I don't get the opportunity like I used to post it and create stuff anymore. But hopefully that'll change.
Man, listen, if you hashtag fake body, we can do whatever we want because they be doing
There you go.
shit.
There you go.
They do some crazy shit on there with the fake body hashtag.
All right, y'all got anything else?
Oh no, I'm good, man.
One.
It's been a good one, dog. The gym is calling my name. What y'all about to get into for the rest of the day?
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming in.
I didn't know I was going to be on.
I know. I slid him right on in. Dad, he was looking down.
You can't keep saying that. You can't say it.
I slid you in, dog. So look.
You crossed every other threshold, so I'm just
you might as well just go for it.
You can't get nobody flowers nowadays, bro. It's just gonna come off good. Bro. It's just the way we live, bro.
All right, 100.
Peace.